What is a brand? For one, it's priceless. It's the most foundational picture of who you are and what you stand for. But it's not singular. Just like your identity can't be summed up in one sentence, a good brand is made up of countless fragments, parts, and pieces. We know to promote something well, you have to take all of those pieces, all of those shapes and fragments, and hold them up. Don't just look at them. Look through them. Do you see it?
Hey guys, I'm Bert.
Hi, I'm Leah.
I'm Karosh.
And I'm Cody, and we're Kaleidoscope, and we're so excited to be here today.
We're even more excited to invite you on an adventure with us.
But before we go on any adventure, we have to do a little research on where we want to go. 2014, 7 million smartwatches were sold in the US. Smartwatches are in the growth phase, and 2015 is considered by many experts to be the breakout year for the industry.
These experts also predict 2018 to be the year that smartwatches come out of the growth phase. If you take a look at the sales forecast chart, it shows that smartwatch sales are supposed to triple over the next 3 years. There's a whole lot of demand for this new, intuitive way of connecting. And because of this, there are a lot of brands that are coming out as product leaders in this category.
So, let's take a look at some of the major competitors. The Apple Watch is the most expensive smartwatch in this category, but it's limited purely to Apple devices. The Samsung Galaxy Gear Live is a cheaper option, but similar to the Apple Watch, it is limited only to Android devices. The Fitbit Surge is the most similar to the Pebble, but it has a starting price of $249.99.
At the end of the day, we want to develop as powerful of a product as possible, at a price point that makes it accessible and appealing to as many people as possible, said Pebble CEO Eric Michikowski. Pebble is the pioneer of the smartwatch industry. They offer a product that is smarter, simpler, and fits better into everyday life. Pebble continues to exist for one reason. It created a product that people want. It truly is a by the people, for the people brand.
We found through our secondary research that Pebble's current clientele is made up mostly of a group called early adopters. This group is really excited about new emerging technology on the market, and no matter how popular it is, they're willing to try it out.
Through conducting interviews and focus groups, we discovered a few insights that were instrumental in moving forward with this campaign. Potential users wanted a smartwatch that was simple. Those we talked to mentioned how the Pebble's look was more simple, sleek, than the other smartwatches that they've seen. It seemed super useful and convenient, and I actually wouldn't mind having one on my wrist all day, said one interviewee.
Based on our primary and secondary research, people just wanted a smartwatch that notified them without the hassle. Our qualitative research showed that people were intrigued by the fact that they could actually receive a text message without having to pull out their phone. Survey respondents said that they wish they could even be more connected without being buried in their phone. It would be nice to not have to pull my phone out of my purse every time I got a notification or a text, said one of our interviewees.
With smartwatches being so new, people don't really understand what they do yet. They just think it's another version of a smartphone on your wrist. I really don't see myself ever talking into my watch, one respondent said. This is just an example of how people don't understand the uses and features of smartwatches yet. So, as an agency, we decided that educating our consumer was a necessity.
One question that we ran into very frequently was, of all the wearables on the market today, why choose a smartwatch? We found through our focus groups and interviews that people want their smartwatches to be able to perform more than one function. For example, they want a fitness tracker and something that can send them notifications. And that's the beauty of a smartwatch. It's more than just a fitness tracker or just a watch. It's integrated connectivity that's an extension of the user.
So after we discovered these key insights, we needed to land a target market. Thus, functionistas. They're comprised of 38.6 million males and females, age 18 to 34, who fall under this early adopter category of technology. Functionistas love integrating the functional value of technology into their daily lives. We feel that this is the best target market for Pebble because Pebble offers a very personal form of technology. However, they're not just millennials.
Functionistas come from all walks of life. Not only are they tech savvy and connected through social media, but they're also a very adventurous group as well. They love incorporating fitness into their lives and are very interested in using technology to enhance their personal experiences and adventures.
So now that we've talked about some key insights and our target market, let's look at some objectives for this campaign. First are our ad objectives. Our first one is for 50% of our target market to know the unique features of the Pebble smartwatch before August 31st. The reason we're doing this is because we know that functionistas don't know what a Pebble can do for them, so we want to educate them first before we do anything else. The next two are the next two steps in the process. We want to raise brand preference, and we want to raise intent to purchase.
For cross-promotional objectives, Pebble will develop corporate partnerships with AEG Live and C3 Presents. This will be explained further on in our presentation.
Our public relations objective is to provide opportunities to engage with Pebble smartwatches through social media marketing and events. Now that we've set these objectives, we need to land a concept so we can meet these goals.
We tested 6 concepts. Of these 6, one stood out most to Functionistas: notifications at a glance. Functionistas wanted to be able to be anywhere and receive a notification straight to their wrist. They didn't want their adventures interrupted with the hassle of having to pull out their phone every time they got a text, email, or reminder.
So with our research leading us to our winning concept, we needed to find a way to position Pebble as a brand in a way that met the Functionistas' needs. So we know Pebble as a brand is a Kickstarter startup. It's literally by the people and for the people. We know the Pebble watch itself is a companion device. So we want to position Pebble as a brand, like the watch, as a reliable, fun, approachable, affordable, everyday companion.
So now that we have our concept testing complete and our positioning statement formed, it was time to find a winning creative strategy. The first strategy we tested, grab life by the wrist, didn't really test so well with Functionistas. It used an emotional, humorous tone, but Functionistas felt they were being bossed around by the speaker. The second, time is now, utilized a straight fact, rational tone behind catchy music. It tested most popular. One user said that it made him feel curious to learn more about the watch. The third, Pebble Goes With You, utilizes a slice of life tone along with first-person filming. It tested highest in almost all scale questions, including purchase intent, which is the ultimate goal of our campaign.
So at this point, we were pretty torn in which direction to take our campaign. Both Concept 2 and 3 scored highest among all our survey results. So, as an agency, we decided we were going to merge the straight fact tone of Concept 2 and merge it with the slice of life tone of Concept 3, thus giving you the Pebble Goes With You campaign.
Pebble Goes With You. How do we share that idea with a target market who's largely unfamiliar with the smartwatch industry? We simply put them in their own shoes. Through first-person point of view filming, we allow Functionistas to envision themselves using the Pebble smartwatch in various adventurous situations they're familiar with.
So here's a brief timeline of our campaign. As you can see, we're going to start in May. The reason behind that is we want to start educating our target market as quickly as possible. This goes back to our first objective. We wanted to educate people. We need Functionistas to see themselves using the Pebble and to see how it can integrate into their lives before we do anything else in this campaign.
Now more than ever, people are interested in life from the first person. People have an inherent need, more importantly, Functionistas have an inherent need to see their life through their own eyes. So with that being said, I present to you our first digital video spot. First-person camera to help the audience envision themselves using the Pebble in action. This ties back to what I said earlier about Functionistas being used to seeing lives through their own eyes.
So why did we choose digital media? For one, Pebble, like Functionistas, it lives on digital media. So we want to take ads like these and put them on YouTube and Hulu, as well as other streaming sites. And then we also want to embed them in ads for major networks like the CW and Fox. We're going to pair these ads with shows that Functionistas show high indexes for liking. Shows like late night talk shows and other shows like Family Guy.
Our banner ads also push our adventurous theme. We put these ads in GIF format to display different features in different settings. For instance, a beach setting would feature the anti-glare screen.
Banner ads are also really important for boosting sales. We found a statistic that Functionistas are 116% more likely than the average American to purchase after seeing a banner ad. And once they click on the banner ad, they'll be taken directly to Pebble's website. We found this to be really important because a lot of Pebble's sales are online, so we want to drive our target market to their website.
Based on our second ad objective, we feel that engaging with Functionistas through social media is the best way to build relationships with them. If we want to be top of the mind of Functionistas and be a brand that's for the people, then social media is the best approach. Social media will complement every aspect of of the Pebble Goes With You campaign. Functionistas are more likely to purchase from a brand they engage with on social media. Pebble will be active on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The hashtag #GoWithPebble will be used to push Functionistas to be adventurous with their Pebble. For an example tweet, we've started our journey, now we're challenging you to take an adventure with your Pebble. Hashtag #GoWithPebble. Instagram will be used to curate user-generated content. Functionistas are more likely to post photos more than any type of social media post.
I definitely double tap that.
For the first of 2 events, we're starting with the Journey of Hope. It's a cross-country bicycle trek that starts in the beginning of June and ends at the beginning of August. Pebble will sponsor 26 cyclists and 10 crew members along the journey. Functionistas are proven to buy from a brand, more likely to buy from a brand than other brands who don't support a cause. So, Pebble will sponsor 26 cyclists and 10 crew members along the journey. The crew members will be helping the cyclists, updating social media with the hashtag Team Pebble, and updating a blog daily.
Along the course of this adventure, Pebble's also going to host 2 events. The first one's going to take place in Dallas, Texas. It will be a 4th of July celebration. The second one will take place at the end of Journey of Hope, which is in Washington, D.C. And Pebble's going to donate all the proceeds from both of these events to Journey of Hope in order to raise awareness both for Pebble and for Journey of Hope.
So why is this a good choice? First, Journey of Hope is a great choice because it is supporting a great cause. Second, the Journey of Hope garners a lot of local media attention. Local media will cover teams as they cycle through the various cities, and crowds will come out to show their support. This is a great way for Team Pebble to engage with Functionistas to show them what the Pebble brand is all about. We also will update social media so they can track where Team Pebble is throughout their entire journey. Our events are a great way for people, potential consumers, and Functionistas to engage and experience what Pebble is all about.
So with the Journey of Hope ending in the beginning of August, we're going to launch this ad in mid-September. Keeping with our campaign theme of first-person filming, I now present to you my favorite, our second digital video spot.
Breaking my heart, I know debated, but it's
Generating sales. It's obviously our most important objective. However, this cannot be done if we do not achieve our first 2 objectives. If we cannot educate Functionistas on what the Pebble smartwatch can do, if we cannot build relationships with Functionistas, then there's no way we're going to be able to generate sales.
We really want to get this idea of the everyday adventure across. The holidays are a great time to do that because the holidays are a time of adventure. We're constantly going places, meeting family, and going to all kinds of parties. So these are some holiday banner ads that we would post on the same types of websites that we post our normal banner ads on. They will help us boost our sales during the holiday season.
Our final push will take place in April 2016. This goes hand in hand with our cross-promotional objective. Coachella Music Festival is put on by AEG Live and C3 Presents. It takes place in Indio, California, which is about an hour away from Los Angeles. Coachella floods social media news feeds every single year. This goes hand in hand with what the Pebble brand's all about. It lives digitally and is for the people.
The first thing that people attending Coachella would see is the Pebble. They'd be given this entrance wristband, which is shaped like a Pebble Time smartwatch. On the watch face is a QR code, and when they scan it, they'll be taken directly to the Pebble website. Again, another great thing about this wristband is it further illustrates our campaign concept that Pebble goes with you no matter where you go, because they will be wearing this wristband throughout the entire music festival.
We will also have a Pebble tent set up at Coachella with a charging station featured inside. On the previous slide, you saw freebies that will be given away to those who follow us on Twitter. This is a great way for us to build relationships with Functionistas at Coachella. Also, we're building our social media following. We will encourage Coachella attendees to use the hashtag #GoWithPebble to track their adventures throughout their weekend.
I think it's important that we look at the big picture on why we chose Coachella. We stated earlier that we needed to build relationships and generate sales. We're building relationships by having a tent set up, giving away free Pebble merchandise, and encouraging attendees to follow us on social media. We're generating sales by sending those same attendees directly to the Pebble website once they scan their QR code. Lastly, I want to leave with this. 60,000 functionistas attend Coachella every single year. If they were to post just one photo with the Pebble wristband in it on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, it would reach 12 million people.
So let's go back and look at our 3 objectives that we set at the beginning. We want to educate people, we want to build relationships, and we want to grow sales. We've allocated near equal amounts of our budget to each of these goals. You've seen we have video streaming for educating people, we have social media for building relationships, and we have banner ads for sales. You'll also notice that we have quite a bit of our budget allocated to events and cross promotions. And this is because we think these are important to further accomplishing our ad objectives, as well as illustrating the concept that Pebble goes with you on every adventure.
You've challenged us to sell 2 million Pebble smartwatches. To help you understand where we're taking that adventure, we're going to go over some key points to show you how we're going to reach our goals.
To show you that we've met our marketing objective, we will compare last year's sales of Pebble to this year's sales of Pebble. To show that we've met our advertising objective, we will administer surveys at the beginning of September, at the end of our holiday push, and at the end of the Coachella event. To show that we've met our media objectives, we will track digital site metrics of our banner ads and digital ads throughout the entirety of the campaign. To show that we've met our social media and PR objective, we will track social media likes, retweets, favorites, posts throughout the entirety of this campaign.
This entire presentation, we've told you that you can take Pebble on any adventure. We've told you how easy it is to integrate Pebble's technology into the user's life. What we haven't told you is that we've actually been controlling this presentation with the Pebble Steel.
We've shown you that we understand the brand. We've shown you that we understand the product. Now let us take you on an adventure and show you where we can take Pebble.
Thank you all so much. We'd like to open the floor for questions at this time.
Let's see, are you listening if we all need to come up with those? No, man. Okay, audience, please. Who wants to go? Do I have a blood vessel that goes first?
Well, good job. It was super professional. The book, the presentation, everything. You guys really conducted yourselves well. I actually took a lot of these to work, and a lot of people looked at them, and they were impressed with everybody, but they really just glossing through your book. Thought it was really great. You guys did a good job recovering when you flubbed and anything that, you missed your line, like you didn't just stand there awkwardly, which can happen. It happened to someone in my group when we presented. Really strange, like 30 seconds to sit there. So great job all around. I did have a few questions, particularly around your cross promo. In the book, I don't feel that it was clear that the partnerships with, was it AEG, right? And, but that was Coachella. You kind of brought it in and then you didn't go over it again, but then you talked about Coachella, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But I didn't see that that was actually your cross promo. That was just another event you were working on, which I thought it was a really good idea. It's a really good partnership. Your research really helped you identify that as a good partnership. But I think you missed some opportunities there. Just from working I work for HGTV, so one of our huge pushes every year is Dream Home. And there's millions upon millions of people that get engaged, that go to these specials, that go to our web pages. And it's not just because Dream Home is cool. It's not just because Dream Home is going to show them some awesome ideas that they can use for their home, because they can win it. And that's why they do it. They don't, they don't spend a lot of time going through all the stuff. They're going through it thinking, what if I lived here? That would be sweet. And they're putting themselves in that place. So with the Pebble, I think the QR codes on the wristband, that was all awesome, but what's in it for them? You might get some of them that are really interested in it, and they do scan it, and they go to the web page, and you've got an engaged user, but if there's not something driving them to it, like some sort of Coachella micro site, where maybe if they post a hashtag, they get entries into some sort of, maybe another concert, they get tickets into that, something that appeals to them and keeps promoting Pebble. I think that would be a really good way to capitalize, and I think that was missed, but overall that was a really good idea. You presented it really well. I also was a little concerned about the banner ads. I thought your videos were awesome. You did a really good job on that, and I think that you used your research well in that. With the banner ads, didn't really show me what the product was, and since we're in this brand awareness stage, it's not far in the product life cycle. I need to know what it is because I'm not going to recognize it. And the way that you had the graphic sort of just looked like a blueprint for like a conference table. I didn't really know that this was a watch, but they looked great. The way that the animation went in and out, they looked really great and they were really good ideas, but I couldn't even tell it was a watch. And I had been reading all of this and know what you're talking about. So there was some concern there. So I would be kind of curious if I told you that right now and you were my agency, what would you do to go back and fix that?
I think a good way to fix that would be to, you know how we have the outline of the watch, maybe make it, put the strap on there, put the clasp to show that it is a watch, and maybe put the scene in the face of the Pebble, and then put Pebble Goes With You at the bottom, just to showcase that it is a watch, and then maybe have the 3 variations of the Pebble be the thing that rotates out from the GIFs, or the GIF, so you can see that it's the Pebble Steel, the Pebble Time, and then just the Pebble, so you can at least see the watch itself.
Yeah, I agree. I think that could be easily fixed if we just change that graphic up at the top to the actual watch face, and maybe had, instead of saying, you know, notifications at a glance on the watch screen, maybe have like a Twitter notification pop up on that banner ad while the scene's changing behind it or something like that. I think that could be a pretty easy fix.
And I can't remember from your media plan, but were you wanting to do on-air advertisements as well as the pre-rolls? Okay. What was your rationale behind that?
That's a great question. We found that functionistas are really, they're really heavy internet users for one, but through Simmons research, we also found that most of them are more likely to watch their TV through streaming websites than they are to actually watch TV. So we thought it would be hitting them more where they live if we did it through streaming services and online, than if we, and plus it's a whole lot better on our budget to do digital than it is to do traditional.
Add a little of that.
Yeah.
And when you, even if you have Hulu Plus or just watching on normal Hulu, you can't skip an ad. And they're exposed to the same ads all the time. And it's better for our frequency if we can show the Pebble ad, you know, to somebody 3 times a week instead of like once a week. Instead of, you know, they'll see a primetime TV show, they'll watch once a week. But if they're binge watching, they'll see it way more often.
Yeah. Plus, a lot of people DVR their shows now, just fast forward through ads.
Is there concern about viewer fatigue if they're binge watching and they hit Pebble, Pebble, Pebble over and over and they tune out?
Yeah, there is.
But there's always, not just with Pebble.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. You guys can have this conversation now. Go ahead, Kristen.
Oh, well, just to piggyback off of what you were talking about, I want to go back to the display ads, and how you all talked about that they're on the internet a lot, but most of the time I feel like these people would be on their phone, and I saw that you allocated just a small portion of your budget to mobile, and so I just wanted to know why you didn't try to implement that a little bit more, because it seems like they would be on the go and probably accessing the video and everything from their phone more often.
Yeah. That's a really good question.
I had something to add to that. I think one of the reasons we kind of strayed away from phone was because we didn't want people to be like on their phone and with the Pebble, because we were really pushing that the Pebble is simply just notifying you and keeping you up to speed, and there's no need for your phone if you have the Pebble, like to look at things and be notified and to stay up. Maybe for internet browsing, yes, that would make sense to make that like mobile friendly or put it, but we feel like social media, which is what they view on their phone mostly, that through our social media push, that's a great way to make up for the loss of, I guess, the banner ads not being on a mobile phone or a mobile push.
And speaking about the banner ads again, I kind of agree with Carly in terms of how you get the point across, but also I was wondering, I don't really see like a call to action, so I don't know what exactly you're wanting the user to do after they see the ad. So what, I guess, I know you want to, we know that you want to go to the site and explore and learn more, but what would be like something that would grab their attention that you all could put in there?
Simple, moving the text up and having a little button that said get yours now or shop now, something simple like that.
And I think by the flashing of the different scenes would catch my attention on a page because you're seeing something blinking at you, which draws eye attraction.
You got one.
Okay. So then bouncing to the holiday banner ads, because I do think that it's a great concept to try to show first person. But I don't know if it was just as for an example purpose, but it kind of seems like you strayed away from the overall strategy and the holiday, because it's just, I just see like a Christmas tree and stuff like that. So what, can you talk me through your holiday strategy a little bit more?
I guess.
Go ahead, Lee.
Oh, I was gonna say, I guess for the holidays, it's kind of hard. You don't want to be discriminating towards anyone.
Right.
And so we felt that by kind of taking that approach, by just showing in the different holidays that people celebrate, that would just be a way like, oh, this is Christmas, this relates to me, or oh, this is Hanukkah, this relates to me. But I mean, like you said, for first person, we could have shot someone sitting at a dinner table for Hanukkah, or
Hanging a Christmas on
yeah,
the
or something like that.
tree.
So there was a disconnect there. That's easily fixable.
Yeah, did you have anything more, Carly? Okay. I didn't mean to catch you.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, thank you all so much.